Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rise or Die podcast. This is yours truly, Stephen M. Lowisz, for episode 95, Make a Declaration. Over the weekend, I was thinking a little bit about, what qualifies me to do a podcast, to do the videos that I do, to basically do any of the shit that I do. And I've made a couple of podcasts based on, what qualifies us. But I wanted to hit on one key point specifically, and that is taking value to the marketplace and making declarations based on it. Now, let me give you an example. It's one thing to build a company and lead a team, but it's another to go share how to do it with others. A big difference there. One is I am doing it. The second is I'm going to show others and teach others how to do it. It's like me being really good at marketing and then trying to say I'm qualified to do marketing for others and teach marketing to others. Or it's another thing, it's one thing for me to live the Warrior's way, but it's another to bring the Warrior's way to others, such as through this podcast. Like, basically, it's just how much you're willing to sack up. I mean, it's kind of a blunt, well, it's not kind of a blunt way, it's a very blunt way of putting it, but it really comes down to, can you sack up enough to declare what you have to say to the marketplace? Now, I'm going to have you consider that each and every individual has unique perspectives and insights on any given topic. I'm not talking about social media crap like politics and what the best diet is and whatnot. Like, know your domain. But you have unique perspectives and insights on leadership, on management, on how to run a business, on how you got started in your business. You have unique perspectives and insights regarding just about anything and everything. You grew up in different circumstances than the next person. You've had different outcomes than the next person. It's important that you share your perspectives and insights with others so that others can relate to you. Others will flock to you the more that you bring them value. Now, maybe you don't want to have a following. Maybe you don't want to, maybe you don't really care about giving people insights and whatnot. But I'm going to have you also consider that the more you declare to the marketplace, the more that you declare to those around you, even friends and family, the higher the standard is for yourself. The higher the bar that you set for yourself, the second you say X, Y, or Z. For example, if I say that it's important to get up at 5 a.m. every single morning, but I don't get up at 5 a.m., I am now a hypocrite. I know that subconsciously, meaning I am a hell of a lot more likely to get up at 5 a.m. if I have already told someone, hey, it's probably good to get up at 5 a.m. Now, that's a very stupid example, but I hope you get my point. When we declare something, not only are we bringing others value and more will come just because of that value, but in addition, we're setting the bar higher for ourselves and we are actually more likely to meet those standards. Now, there's three things that I want you to think about declaring. Number one is your commitment. So as I mentioned, let's say I am committed to getting up at 5 a.m. Well, sweet. Now that I went and told someone else, I know that they're likely to ask me, hey, how's getting up at 5 a.m., fucker? And I'm going to have to respond. Well, I did or didn't do it. I also want you to declare number two, insights. Insights. So the more that you learn, let's say you're a mechanic and you learn, I'm making this up and I'm not a mechanic. I'm not mechanically inclined at all. But let's say you found an easier way to fix an engine, a common problem on a car. Well, as a mechanic, you now have insights that others could benefit from. Now, it may seem like you're giving the farm away as a mechanic, saying, hey, here's how to fix this common problem with this engine. In reality, you're providing value. Most people don't want to actually deal with doing shit themselves, so they're still going to pay you but they're going to pay you even more because they actually know that you know what you're doing. Now, number 3 is I want you to start declaring and sharing your various perspectives. Again, you grew up in a different environment than the next guy. Your outcomes are different than the next guy. Your perspectives on leadership are going to be shaped and formed by your experience with leadership. And you're going to be more relatable to someone that is closely aligned with your experience as opposed to the next guy. Your perspective may not seem like anything special. You may not even seem qualified or feel qualified. But at the end of the day, your perspective, well, it is valuable. It's valuable to those that come from similar backgrounds, similar situations. Warren Buffett giving you advice on leadership does you no good because, well, you're not in the same situations. Your perspective is relevant to those that are in similar situations. So declare your perspective. Declare your insight and declare your commitments. Again, I want to stress this. Bring value to others and others will come. Bring value to others and others will come. 1, it's the right thing to do, to bring value to others. Number 2, if you're a capitalist, well, having more come means profiting more. And by the way, it's the right thing to do. So, where across body, being, balance, and business, you need to make a declaration. Either a commitment, insight, or bring a new perspective to the table. It could be in regards to your perspective on losing weight because, maybe you lost 100 pounds and you know how to lose 100 pounds. Are you declaring that you're going to lose 100 pounds? Or are you declaring that you're going to start going back to church? Are you declaring insights on marketing or sales? Declare something in the next 24 hours. Is it going to be across body, being, balance, or business? That's it for episode 95, Make a Declaration. As always, send me any feedback, comments, questions at steven@invictus.co. That's INVICTOUS.co. Subscribe for some of our exclusive content at riseordiepodcast.com. And lastly, share this podcast with someone that you want more for out of their life, someone that needs a little kick in the ass every day, just like you get from me. I'll talk to you tomorrow for episode 96.